So hello y'all. We are here for Ophiuchus all sign guidance. I am using a big combination deck of my Power of Love cards by James Van Praagh and my Super Attractor cards by Gabrielle Bernstein. Alright, and I am going to pull a card for each modality. Okay, cardinal, fixed, and mutable. And then a card for each element, fire, earth, air, and water. Alright, and with those we will get cardinal fire, Aries, and mutable water, Pisces. And so I will read the cards in combination. Okay? If you're new to the channel, that's how I do it. I typically do not timestamp this video, but of course if anybody likes the idea of a timestamp and wants to do it, that's awesome. I appreciate you. I'm sure others will too. And I will pin it in the comments. Alright, I will pin it if you leave it. Otherwise, we're going to get into advice for everyone. So, Spirit, please. Give me a card for cardinal energies. Alright, one for fixed and one for mutable. One for mutable energies, please. Alright. One for fire. One for earth. Ooh. Oh, I love that. One for air. Our air signs. We'll take the top one. And one for water. All right. Overall energy as guidance for everyone. On the bottom we have past. Remember past. Through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. Anything from the past, if it is past life stuff, past life soul connections, past life soulmates, I said it in the ticker tape in all the videos, like when we refer to the past, past anything usually brings along with it unlearned and unfinished karmic lessons. So learn it and let it go. Love them and let them go. They're past. They came here in this life to help you learn this lesson, and you were always meant to let them go. Alright. Overall energy. Through the power of love, you can release this, right? Through the power of love, you can evolve past it. You can let them go and release them with love. You can wish them nothing but the best and look forward to receiving the experience of your best life, right? And vice versa. When you do that for yourself, you free those people that you love from your past up to do the same, right? The top of the deck is acceptance. Alright, acceptance is, remember, you are ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. Accept that they are just a part of your past now. They're not a part of your present. They're not meant to be. And they're not meant to be a part of your future. Right, whatever this is. People or situations. Release control. Stop trying to manipulate it. Stop trying to make it work or forcing it to happen. Like if it's not fitting, stop trying to make it fit. It's okay. Let it go. If you're meant to come back together, you're meant to come back together. If you're meant to move forward, you're meant to move forward. If it's meant to work out, it will work out. It's meant to. It will. And if it's not, why the fuck you holding on to it, right? Guidance for everyone. Everyone and everybody. Okay? Let past energies go. Give yourself permission to elevate. Okay? Give yourself permission to shift, grow, and be better. Give yourself permission to heal and ripple healing. If everybody in the world just focused on healing themselves, the whole world would be healed. It is my most famous quote. I've been saying it for years. If everyone in the world just focused on healing themselves, the whole world would be healed. The reason why we're not is because we're focusing on healing everybody else and doing for everybody else instead of focusing within. As within, and so without. Inner reflects in the outer. If you are not healed and you are perpetuating an unhealed environment with other people, you're going to continue in an unhealed state. You're going to ripple that unhealed state to other people, and it's just going to keep going. It'll never heal. You've got to choose it first, right? So, into the signs. Cardinal, fire. We've got kindness and purpose. So remember, you are a humanitarian made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. You are a humanitarian made of love and are able to share that with others. It's your purpose. You possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. There is no kinder act than leading by example for another, and what it means to be kind to the self. To teach that, right? Whether you have a child who is witnessing you being treated poorly and you're accepting it, which is unacceptable because you're only teaching them that, you know, you love people that hurt you and you stick around and be abused, and that's not something you want to teach. And or you could teach them that, you know, you deserve to be loved when your actions show that you deserve to be loved, and if someone is mistreating you, you need to be kind to yourself and walk away because you don't deserve to be mistreated. You're being kind. It's not about are you being unkind to the person being unkind to you. It's are you being kind to the people that witness you. Those learning from you, right? Are you being kind to yourself? Because if someone is not being kind to you and you are being kind to them, then they kindly need to learn that when you treat people like shit, you lose them. It is unacceptable to treat people unkindly, right? Kindness right now is your purpose. You're a humanitarian. You're able to share this energy with others. You lead by example. It's demonstrating. As demonstration. Be determined and dedicated to demonstrate that so that you can help heal children and adults alike by giving yourself permission to heal. Okay? That is Cardinal Fire. That's Aries. Cardinal Earth. Capricorn. Kindness and gratitude. You are a humanitarian made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. Remember, you fully appreciate the invaluable lessons that life lovingly presents to you. No matter what is happening, no matter what is happening in life, no matter who or what you're dealing with, find gratitude for it. It's teaching you something about your mirror. It's teaching you something about other people's mirrors and the healing going on with them. And if you can be aware of the mirror of things and hold gratitude and stay kind and not revert to hurt situations or hurt energy, right, where you're rippling shadow. If you can stay grateful for all the situations that life has lovingly presented to you for your own healing, then you will ultimately teach others to do the same, right? It's being able to look in the mirror at yourself and doing that ho'opono stuff, you know, like, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, thank you, like, have that conversation with yourself and be grateful. Apologize to yourself for putting yourself in situations where you absolutely had to learn the hard way. It's okay. Sometimes we got to learn the hard way. Be grateful for the soul that came through and played the hard role so that you could learn it. Because on the other side of this life, they fucking love you. Like, don't lose sight of that. the most hateful, heinous, psychotic people, the most backwards people on the other side of this life have played that role for you because they love you, like, a lot. And somebody had to play that horrible role in order for you to learn whatever it was you needed to learn. And it's probably gratitude. Right, probably gratitude. So, teach other people that no matter what they go through, they can find gratitude for it because it helped you grow. It helped you be a better version of yourself. It taught you what isn't acceptable, not just from other people, but from yourself as far as what you tolerate, etc. Right? That was Capricorn. Cardinal, Air, Libra, kindness and peacefulness. Remember, you are a humanitarian made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. Remember, you recognize that balance, kindness, and love bring calmness to your soul. You deserve to be in high masculine, high feminine energy. You can give that to yourself. You can choose it for yourself. And you deserve to be with high masculine, high feminine individuals. You deserve to be at peace and love your life. And if you have to show other people that and lead by example, then you have to show other people that and lead by example. Because when balance is not happening, when reciprocity is not happening, when kindness is not happening, and love is not happening, you're not calm. Your soul's not calm. You're not at peace. You're stressed out. You're high anxiety, right? We talked about that in the ticker tape of every video. Your feminine energy within deserves to be heard and considered. So let's relearn. Let's relearn what it means to accept peace, to receive peace and believe in peace, that it's possible. Be in your alchemist energy and attract beautiful alchemist energy, because when you click into it, other alchemists will recognize it. When you click into your beautiful energy, because I believe, if I remember correctly, Libra was dealing with being an empath and realizing that they were being consumed by a narcissist. And you can either go down the road of turning into a victim and being an energy vampire and never loving again, or you can be like, you know what, thank you so much for this experience. Because now I've learned enough, right? Balance. I've learned enough that I can choose to be an alchemist instead of an energy vampire, right? I can be a light worker. I can ripple healing because I'm healing myself, right? You get to choose which side of the coin do you want to fall on. Do you want to fall into your shadow and despair and hurt everyone that you come into contact with, right? Because shadow, double shadow is you're a bleeding, rippling, hurt person, right? That's hard. Because there's people in this life that you love beyond the pain that you're feeling and being consumed by. So it's really important to lean into your light, right? Instead of falling into your shadow, just heal the shadow that caused the manifestation that was painful to begin with and allow yourself to lean into your light instead, right? Allow things to come into balance so that you can be at peace. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. Be at balance within yourself. High energy. High masculine, high feminine. That's balance within. If you're an empath or you're a narcissist and you're in high one element and shadow the other, it's not going to serve you because you're out of balance. Right? Make sure that you are in your high energy. Okay? That was Libra. Cardinal, Water, Cancer, kindness and ownership. Remember, you are a humanitarian made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. Remember, you acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. When we do things in high alignment and things work out, it's a lesson. Keep doing that. Stay in that energy. Stay in that mindset. Stay in that belief system. It's working. It feels good. Keep doing that. And likewise, when you have a quote-unquote misdeed or you make a mistake, right, there's some kind of error in the energy, you can recognize it and be like, all right, yeah, that was totally doubt that I was feeling, or yeah, that was totally my intuition pinging off a red flag and I negated it. All right. You know what I mean? And learn as it's a lesson, right? Appreciate all of the experiences as lessons, because the universe works, and it's like behavioral psychology. It's like some Skinner shit, right? I got such an itch in my back. It's some Skinner shit. Behavioral psychology. The universe runs on consequence and reward. Punishment and reward. You either take an action and it results in something that feels good, or you take an action and it results in something that feels bad. You believe something and it results in something that is good, and you believe something else and it results in something that feels bad. If you believe that everybody is going to hurt you, well, that belief is going to lead to a result that feels bad, because you're going to mistreat good people, right? As an example. Same thing if you are guided to do something really good for somebody and they're super grateful, it feels really good to do that. And maybe, you know, they say, how can I repay you? And you're like, just pay it forward. And it's like a relief for them. You know, it's being able to take ownership of things that you do that ripple beautiful energy, and learning from the things that haven't really benefited feeling good. This life is trial and error until it clicks. No one realizes really how simple it is, right? So, own all your shit and say, you know what? I love it all because it's taught me so much, right? Be super grateful for your life. Love your entire life experience because of how much you've actually learned. Guidance for Cancer, right? All right. Fixed. Fire. Leo. Willingness and purpose. Remember, you are able to compromise if the end result is love. You possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. You are able to compromise, not sacrifice. Compromise. There's a difference. Compromise is a win-win. And this is a compromise that you are making with spirit, not other people. Okay, let's be really clear. Spirit said, listen, if you can do this, and I promise that this will happen. And you'll feel it intuitively, right? Spirit will let you know it's okay. Like, you can leave this situation, right? You can leave the situation. I promise you they'll heal. You don't have to be the one to do it, right? As an example. You can demonstrate your willingness to work with spirit if the end result is love, if the end result is healing, if the end result is high alignment, if the high alignment leads to joy and healing and bliss state and abundance and gratitude, and fill in the blank with something else that is fucking awesome. Spirit said, can you compromise with me? Can you release control? Surrender control, and I will give you the healing. I will give you the perspective. I will give you the love, right? I will give you the feel-good feelings. Can you compromise? This isn't about sacrifice. This isn't about giving and not getting anything. It's kind of like a trade. Show people how to do it. Show people how to trust in the divine. And when it's above your human pay grade, it's above your human pay grade. Right, Leo? If it is above your human pay grade, it is above your human pay grade. And that's okay. You can compromise. if the end result is love. You and I can agree to do XYZ and it'll work out better than trying to force this ideal that we can't seem to reach, and it's stressing us out. And if we were in alignment, it wouldn't be this hard. Right? Recognizing that if something were in alignment, it wouldn't be this hard. The universe doesn't make our life hard. We do that. The universe flows. The universe does not make our life hard. We do that. Forgetting who we are outside of this ancestral karmic program that we've been given. We've got to tune in. So be willing to compromise, right? For the purpose at hand here. Fixed earth. Taurus. Willingness and gratitude. You are able to compromise if the end result is love. Remember, you fully appreciate the invaluable lessons that life lovingly presents to you. Sometimes you have to be willing to be grateful for what has been, even if it has been rough, because you're learning something from it, one which way, shape, or form. Be willing to compromise and say, listen, like, you know, an example would be like a parent, right? Maybe you're at odds with your parent because there's something that you want to do or someone you want to have a relationship with. Like maybe you're in a horrible estranged situation with siblings and parents and all that, right? It's unfortunate, and maybe you're wanting to reconnect with your siblings and, you know, but your parents not having it, right? It's a toxic situation, and you're like, listen, like, I love you, and I'm grateful for the experiences that I've had with you, but I've learned that it doesn't feel good to not speak to someone who hasn't done anything to hurt me. Like, I accept that you both are in disagreement, but it has nothing to do with me, right? And so the compromise that you're making is, you know, letting someone heal in order to follow what feels good for you, because it doesn't feel good to maintain the other. You know what I mean? Because, you know, maybe your parent obviously holds seniority or, you know, whatever over your sibling. Maybe you've consistently chosen your parent, even though it didn't feel good to do that. And maybe now you're talking with Spirit and saying, all right, and Spirit's like, can you compromise? You know, as an example, can you compromise? Can you let this go for the time being so it can heal and focus on healing here instead, right? Because this is what's going to feel really good to heal right now. Being really grateful for recognizing that if you could do it all over again, in this life or the next, that you wouldn't make the same choice, right? Being grateful for the experience, because now that you've made it, you know you would or you wouldn't make it again. Right. The end result is love. The end result is healing. Then it's a beautiful thing. If you get to heal with certain people and other people get to heal on their own, and then maybe you get to heal back to each other later or heal back to each other in another life, and someone sees like all that was going on, because I'm a firm believer, being a medium, that when you pass away, like, people that pass away see everything the way it was, in truth, with a capital T. Not their truth or someone else's truth, but the actual truth. And we make it up to each other. Trust me, we do. This is why we consistently reincarnate, because it's always love in the end. The end result's always love. You know, some people might not be willing to come back into this realm and reincarnate as a living person, but as soon as they pass away and they see everything for what it is, the first thing they want to do is reincarnate. I gotta go back. They're willing to compromise, because they're grateful. They're grateful for the experience and what it taught them in hindsight, right? We're souls having a human experience here. We're learning about energy through the human experience. So I hope all that makes sense to you, Taurus, right? In other words, follow your feel-goods and be grateful for everything that has taught you specifically to continue doing that, right? To follow your feel-goods and not to jeopardize how you feel, right? Or sacrifice how you feel. So fixed air, Aquarius. We've got willingness and peacefulness. Able to compromise if the end result is love. Recognize that balance, kindness, and love bring calmness to your soul. Willingness for peace. Willingness for peace, Aqua. Maybe, and I'm just being guided to say, maybe you just need to forgive people. Because of their own ignorance. They don't know any better. And maybe you need to forgive yourself for your own ignorance because you didn't know any better at the time or you would have done better. Right? I went off on a fucking tangent in Aqua's video. I believe it was Aqua. I went off on a fucking tangent. Right? About listening to your intuition. Paying attention to the pings, right? The red flags. Because if you don't, you end up with fucking mistakes. Okay? You end up with fucking mistakes. So, given the universe will always allow you to correct your mistakes. It's just, did you learn it though? You know, so that you don't make the same mistake again, right? It would be pretty fucking ridiculous if I made the same mistake twice. Like, damn. I didn't learn it the first time. You know? It reminds me of an Aqua I was actually dating for a while. And I was getting the same thing, red flags. I was getting red flags and I was ignoring them. I was finding excuses for it because there were certain things that I really liked the idea of. No different than with this little mistake here. You know, there were certain things that I really liked. But had I listened to the red flags from the gate, like I would have avoided what was essentially a huge breakdown. Right? Twice over. And I probably would not have, you know, rippled that frustration with myself right onto the other person that I was quote unquote dating at the time. Okay. I should have listened to my intuition, right? And maybe you're in a position where you're finally doing the same, right? Maybe you've got to compromise. Like, yeah, maybe it's great to sit at home and play video games all day. Or maybe it's great to sit at home and just, you know, do whatever. But if it's putting a stress on other people, if it's taking from other people in order for you to be stress-free, is it really stress-free then? It's not stress-free. Someone else is paying the stress so that you don't have to, and that's not right. Someone else is paying for it. So willingness for peace, willingness to compromise, it's like, well, if you want to be at peace in your reality, then maybe you have to let go of old ideas that served you at one time that aren't serving you anymore. It's causing you stress now. Like, it was cool to sit at home and play video games when you were 16. But if you're 30 some odd years old now and you're still living with your parents playing video games, like, maybe you can compromise and say, you know what, I'm an adult and it'll create more peace in my environment if I'm working and I'm helping pay bills or pay rent, or, you know, I'm taking care of my own self and no one else feels like they have to do it for me. Like, I can afford my own shit. I can afford my own stuff. I can afford my habits. I can afford the way I want to eat. I can afford the things I want to do. Like, and I don't have to take it from other people. In order for me to be stress-free, maybe I could just create my own peace, right? Being willing to take it as it resonates, Aqua. Maybe this is something that you can accept in your life dealing with other people. Like, maybe it's okay that they figure out their shit. And maybe you don't have to put out for them in order for them to feel comfortable either, right? Be willing to create peace, compromise. I don't have to be the one to do it. They could do it themselves. Right? If everybody in the world just focused on healing themselves, the whole world would be healed. Fixed. Water. Scorpio. Ownership and willingness. You are able to compromise if the end result is love. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. It's alright. Sometimes we fuck up and make mistakes. It's all right. If you learn from it, that's the whole point, right? If you learn from it, that's the whole point. Can you compromise with Spirit? Can you say, all right, Spirit, I'll accept where I was wrong. All right, Spirit, I'll accept where I did a great fucking job and I didn't do anything wrong and I don't need to be punished for it. I don't need to be told it's not good enough. Right? Be willing to compromise if the end result is love. If someone is telling you you're not doing a good enough job, and damn it, you know you're doing a good enough job, you're doing above and beyond job, well, then maybe compromising if the end result is love is letting go of that person so that they can heal and stop mistreating people who go above and beyond for them. Right? Being willing to compromise. All right, Spirit, I'm willing to let this person go that I've invested in, right, above and beyond invested in. I'm willing to take the quote-unquote loss right now because ultimately that's the only way I'm going to come out ahead in the long run. That's the only way they're going to come out ahead in the long run. I can't keep investing, right? Showing love to the self. So that they can heal, they can learn with whatever they need to do that in the experience. Sometimes the last thing we want to do is, you know, believe that we're hurting someone else, but at the end of the day, the hurt was already there, and our relationship with other people just brought it up. Like, my ex didn't hurt me. He brought up hurt that was already buried under there. He's not responsible for the hurt that I was feeling, that attracted me to him and kept me with him for as long as it did, beyond its expiration date or at all. It's not his fault I was hurting inside. I can own the fact that I was a hurt person. I was in empath energy, shadow feminine. I was creating experiences that did not feel good for me, but that felt great for other people, and I had to heal that. I appreciate him in hindsight, you know what I mean? Because it brought it to my attention. I wouldn't be here talking to you guys now. I wouldn't have this channel the way I do now. So, be willing to accept whatever it is that you need to accept in order to make progress, because if you're in denial about your own accomplishments, your own ability to love unconditionally or love beautifully or be present beautifully, if you're in denial of that because someone else is telling you whatever, like, you got to own your own accomplishments. You got to self-approve of your accomplishments and your misdeeds. Approve of your mistakes, because if you don't approve of your mistakes, you're going to hate yourself for them. Approve of them because you learned from them and they have served their highest purpose, and you can move on now and not repeat it. Be grateful for your misdeeds because it taught you not to make them, right? Be willing to compromise whatever belief that is heavy. Be willing to compromise that heavy belief in exchange for a much lighter one. It's all good. Right? Scorpio. Mutable. Fire. Sagittarius. All right, remember, you possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. Feeling good will bring me far more than whatever I thought I needed. Feeling good. This is the only super attractive card that came out. Mutable signs. Feeling good will bring you far more than whatever I thought I needed. Feeling good is high feminine energy. High feminine energy is beautiful. It's a guide to the masculine energy to keep doing something, to reciprocate, to feel grateful for. Feeling good and doing things that allow the feel-goods to continue will ultimately reveal your purpose and why you're here. It's unreal how much life opens up when you allow yourself to feel good. even if no one else is in high masculine creating it for you, that you're in high masculine creating it for yourself, life opens up. Extreme gratitude. Following my feel-goods got me in a position where I am no longer in a wounded space manifesting people who don't see my value. I'm financially stable and my son is happy. Following my feel-goods did that. Follow your feel-goods. From one Sag to another. Following your feel-goods pays off. In big ways for everybody, not just Sages. God knows we all have Sagittarius somewhere in our chart. You don't have to see how you're going to get to the beautiful vision inside your mind. All you have to do is believe that it's there and follow your feel-goods, because that's exactly where you'll end up. And it'll be more than you ever imagined. Anything you ever thought you needed, the universe is going to top it. You're going to be floored. You know? Mutable. Earth. Virgo. Feeling good will bring you far more than whatever I thought I needed. Remember, you fully appreciate the invaluable lessons that life lovingly presents to you. Virgo, you learned what you enjoy feeling and you learned what you don't enjoy feeling. You've probably been in multiple flip-flops of empath and narcissistic dynamics with people. You've learned a lot. And I think now you find yourself in a position where you know what it's like to be grateful and give beautiful energy to another, and to also be really grateful for those who give beautiful energy to you. To where you can have a high masculine, high feminine, alchemist dynamic with someone. I think you've learned it. Or are in the process of learning it, right? This is the reminder, the advice. To hold gratitude and do what feels good. If it doesn't feel good to lose people that care about you and provide, you know, compassion for you, then don't do the things that create that loss. Right? If it feels good to have money in your bank account, then don't do things that are unnecessarily draining your bank account, right? Do you really need it? Is it really important? Find gratitude, right? Find gratitude and fully appreciate all the lessons that life has presented to you. Because when you're in a feeling not so good state and you ripple not good things, it's really hard to find gratitude for what hurts. It's not the easiest feat. So appreciate the lessons that life has given to you. Because following your feel-goods will take you a lot further. It's not about what feels bad and rectifying it or justifying it, doing more bad on top of bad. Like, two wrongs don't make a right, and we say that for a reason. Sometimes you got to find gratitude for a situation, be the bigger person, and move forward. Don't make the same errors, right? Don't make the same mistakes. Don't give in to what feels bad and create more situations or scenarios with other people that feel bad. And really appreciate the people that create those feel-goods for you. People whose high masculine energy gives to you and creates a safe, good-feeling environment for your soul to exist in. Be really grateful for those individuals and reciprocate exactly that back to them. You know how to do that. You know what beautiful energy giving looks like. Because either you've done it before or they've taught you. They've showed you what it looks like. Start to learn, right? Learn. Also know that if you are one of those beautiful, high masculine energies, you are not the problem. Your ability to give beautiful energy is not the problem. Just got to make sure you give it to reciprocal people. People who also have high masculine energy, right? So, mutable, air, Gemini. Mutable air, Gemini. Feeling good will bring you far more than whatever I thought I needed. Remember, you recognize that balance, kindness, and love bring calmness to your soul. Gemini, you love being able to do good things for other people. You really do. And you love it even more when other people see that they could do good things for you too, and it's fucking awesome. Right? And connecting with people who are concerned about your peace, and being concerned with people who you care about their peace, and being able to do that with them creates really beautiful realities, because now you know you got someone in your corner who you can depend on and rely on till the end of time, right? Not just the end of this life, but the end of time, that you can depend on them to bring you peace, and vice versa. Because you're constantly considerate of each other. You're never doing something without the other in mind, right? Resisting all temptation to not consider someone who considers you always. Learning that feeling good and following your feel-goods will consistently bring you peace. If it feels good to be around certain people because being around them feels good, then continue to do things that make them want to be around. And vice versa. Right? Allow yourself to give and create to people who give back to you. You know exactly what I'm saying. I don't have to be redundant. My Sag Mercury, right? You can tell by how long that ticker tape is, how fucking wordy I am. I love y'all so much. Yeah, things gotta be balanced. Things gotta be balanced. Love is not a one-way street, you know? Gem, love is not a one-way street. It'll never work out if love is flowing one way to you, and it'll never work out if love is flowing one way from you. It's got to be both ways. It'll never work otherwise, right? So, mutable, water, Pisces. Feeling good will bring you far more than whatever you thought you needed. And this is acknowledging your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learning to love them all as lessons. Now, Pisces, if I remember correctly, you had a fucking freeloader in your energy. Own the fact that dealing with them does not feel good. And own the fact that you can choose what does feel good. Okay? If you were giving for a really long time, that does not mean you have to give until the day you die. You can draw a line somewhere. Own your accomplishments and your misdeeds alike and learn to love them as lessons. You worked really hard for whatever you have, or continue to work hard to maintain whatever you have. Don't let the thieves, the mice, the freeloading energy fuck it all up. Go call your exterminator. Put your exterminator hat on. Right? Call on Archangel Uriel to shine light in the shadows, because the cockroaches go running. Don't let people freeload off your energy. They're not entitled. Fuck all the labels and all the responsibilities that those labels bring. They're just souls here doing what they're doing, and it doesn't feel good. So follow your feel-goods, because it'll get you a lot farther. Own the fact that you've been holding your own feel-goods back, and then flip the switch, right? Own the fact that you've been holding back your own feel-good experiences and flip the switch. It is mutable water. So I love you all. Thank you. I love you and appreciate you. And I will see you again soon. Bye.